Back in Nevada, this is my home state. This is a great week for us. We come back every year for the Nevada Outdoors in Wheelchairs, and we go out for antelope season. Usually it's on the TS Ranch. This year it's on a new ranch, the Wright Ranch, and it's up where I did a lot of stuff when I was a kid. I used to go up here, go fishing. Nevada is just a giving state. It's a great place to be, a lot of ranching, a lot of that old mentality where they live off the land and they live off ranching. And this is just kind of part of it. Come to the alfalfa fields and the hay fields and hunt off our place. You know, flying in this year to a whole new ranch was exciting and also nervous. It's so different to take out somebody that needs your help more than ever. You know, these guys are amazing in what they overcome, but they need your help to get an antelope, and we want so bad for them to be successful. So we're always worried if we can pull it off and do the job. We've pulled it off the last 8 years I've been coming. I've got the best guys in northern Nevada to go out with me, and they just seem to put this together. I decided to throw in one of my Best of the West rifles. There's a hunter from Kentucky, and he's flying out. Instead of bringing his rifle, I said, let me bring one. I'll zero it right before I come. I'll let him shoot it. And this guy was stoked. And I'd love to see the look on his face. He's like, man, go get a picture of that gun. I want to see it. I want to send it home. And we shot it. I flew into Nevada. We got up, got off the plane, headed to the range, made sure it was zeroed at 500, and we're good to go. We show up that night, it's dark, and that's how much I trust these precision rifles that Best of the West makes.
Jay's actually the one that invited me on the first NOW hunt in 2013. And time just flies by.
NOW, smile for the camera. They'd much rather see the new, beautiful photographer than me.
All these people that's had such a struggle and hard time in their life, and to be able to capture it on camera and to experience it with them has just been such an honor and a blessing and an eye-opener for me to see things through their eyes and everything that they've gone through, and to come here and experience their first hunt or their first sense of happiness after their experience is just amazing, and such a blessing to be a part of it.
So the rifle slings are actually built, handmade by one of our past hunters out of Twilla, Utah. And then the hats, I mean, Cowboy Joe's, the Outdoorsmen in Wheelchairs, there's Cabela hats there's shirts, binoculars. I'll let Mike talk about all of that stuff, and Nigel talk about the blankets. But we're so glad that you guys are out here with us this year. It's something that we look forward to, making lifelong friends. We've been doing it again. This is our 10th year, and so it's kind of special to us because this started literally on the tailgate of a truck with Chad.
Our hunters have, each one of them has a special story and are truly inspirational individuals.
2002, we worked on a horse farm, and I had a tractor and 6-foot bush hog accident, and was watching the horses, and the horses run out in front of me, and when I went to get off the tractor, my special leg got hung on gear shift and yanked it in gear, and I slipped off the tractor, and the tractor run over me with the bush hog, got both of my legs, I crawled 25 feet up the hill, get cell phone signal. UK helicopter flew in to get me because I'm from Kentucky. And it changed my life completely after that. I had to learn how to do stuff without legs and everything. And I've been, my first deer I got was out of a wheelchair after about 6 months or 7 months after my accident. I've been to, got lucky and been to many of hunts like this one, but by far this is one of the most interesting ones that I've been on, because it's a lot of firsts for us, for me and my wife, because it's the first time we've been on an airplane, first time we've been out west, and it's been the food's been excellent, and everything's been great, the people's been great.
I was riding my bike to work, and I was riding down a hill, and it was a 4-track crossing at the bottom, and there was a train going one way, but it was almost like it had almost passed, and so I saw the guards start to come up because I was at the top of the hill. So I didn't really try to slow down. I was like, okay, the light's gonna turn. I slowed down maybe a little bit, so I was told. But then the guards started to go back down, and I didn't see it because of all the traffic and all the buildings. And there was a train coming the other way, and I saw it at the last second, I guess, and I tried to stop and turn, but I was going too fast to do that, and then the train was going 45 miles an hour. Before my accident, I was super active. I loved everything, really, I did. I loved hiking, I raced motocross, I did cheerleading, I did track, I did anything I could do. Like, I loved to rip stick, or I tried surfing. I just loved like being outside and outdoors, and so my first passion was motocross. I loved that more than anything, and I ended up moving to Salt Lake after my first semester of college, and they had a bunch of tracks around there, so I was riding a lot and I was getting like really fast. There were some intermediates that I had the same lap time, or at least competitive lap times with. I was like, I'm gonna go to the World Minis, I'm probably gonna get this big sponsor and like factory ride. Bobble coming out of a corner, so I want to catch back up, and I just launch off this downhill tabletop, and I broke both of my legs because I flat landed. And so I started working out, and I was talking to a trainer, and she was like, you know, with your like love for fitness and the way that you talk to people, you'd be a great personal trainer. I've always been a dreamer because my parents told me I could do anything, but I think that's really helped. Got into fitness, and then I went to the Worlds and, you know, gained my title, and I thought I was going to be this like, you know, motivational icon as a fitness model. And then this happened, and at first, like I said, I thought I was going to be up and trucking in a year, but over this time I feel like God has given me such a greater message, and I will impact way more people this way than I would have ever impacted being a fitness model or a motocross racer. And so, even though it's hard sometimes and it sucks sometimes, but you know, I feel blessed for that, you know, I get to reach a bunch of people. And it hasn't, you know, some days it's taken away my spirit, and I feel like that, but most days I still feel like I get to go do everything that I want, and that's because I'm surrounded by the best family and the best friends and people like the Nevada Outdoorsmen in wheelchairs. Like, they just help us do what we want to. So there hasn't been very many things that, you know, that people said, no, there's not a way.
Ready? Let's rock this chick.
Boy, is she ready.
Thumbs up. No, we always do knucks.
no big deal. We're trying to figure out how to make this work next time. And about that time, during that hunt, we hear the shot. We know Tony's got his buck down.
I've been out there to hunt a gun from Best of the West, and we drove out there, went to the road, drove down the road, saw antelope laying out in the field off the road. We went through the gate, and we drove down the power lines until we could get a pretty good shot on him, turned where I could shoot out the truck window. And then he got up and started walking around and couldn't shoot because he was a doe behind him.
Wait till he stops. You're gonna aim at the top of the white, right behind his shoulder. Hang on a second, he's facing us.
How far is he?
That's 300 yards.
He's here. Yeah, he's going down.
He's done.
He's up another 50 yards.
Yeah, that's bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
He's gonna be pretty on the wall, baby.
That's gonna be beautiful on the wall.
Yes.
They're fatter than I thought.
Yeah.
That's because he gets to lay around while the girls do the work.
Right.
Ain't that right, big boy?
It's been the best experience that I've had in a long time because I've never been to Nevada, never been on an airplane, so it's all been a first for me.
We're gonna put you in the side by side and wait till Chad and Tony show up, and my son's over on the other side there glassing them. And they just thought we were a bunch of hay buyers coming in here, so they're not spooked right as of yet. So we're just gonna try and get close enough for you to get a shot.
Are you a bit nervous?
A little bit.
You excited?
Yeah.
Nervous excitement?
Yeah.
That's good, man. All right.
Got him. You got him. There he goes down. There he goes. Yep. Go. Good shooting. Good. Yep.
Didn't even need the whole range out.
Oh, way to go, Gary.
How do you feel?
Oh, pretty good.
It was a male. And then
2 years ago,
in the unit
Mission Board called me and
in the state,
wondered if we'd go
it's
to
broke up
Romania
into areas
to
and
build 2
units.
homes.
And this
I
is
said,
area
only if I can
14,
pick my team.
but this is unit
So Tony was one of them, my son was
of,
another. And I
area
took 5
14.
guys.
How are you helping, buddy?
By taking the meat here
Yeah?
and it's just
No, you'll be amazed how
and what are you
easy
doing?
they just pull it together. it's basically
skinning an antelope,
Skinning the antelope, taking the meat,
You'll
and doing
see
what
it.
with it?
You'll see some of it, but
eating it.
Yeah, eating it. You don't want nothing to do with it? Big thumbs up.
With it.
And there's another kid hunting with Chad, and we get pictures from Ronnie. He's got a buck down. So now it's like, all right, Lizzie, we're gonna go get you one. Don't worry. Just because you're going to be the last one to get one doesn't mean it's not going to be the best.
Everybody was so awesome and supportive, and they never, they never gave up on me, and so that was awesome too, because I was starting to get a little anxious with myself, and I just had to learn that you're gonna miss a few times, but like the kill's gonna be so sweet, and that's what hunting's about. Like once you get on it and like you got it, all the freaking emotions that you feel, it's awesome.
It's not always easy. It's very stressful I'm used to hunting by myself, and to have a bunch of people involved, it just makes you reset and learn every time how much patience you need to have and to be there for that person, because they're struggling and they have to hunt totally different than I was raised to hunt. So I'm learning every time, and they teach me every time.
At lunchtime I said, you know what, I've got this rifle here. I really feel like it would work out. Let's go work on it. Let's dry fire it a few times. I teach people how to shoot the Husky Moss system. So I just was going through it. She pulls the trigger with her mouth. It's no different. It's a crisp, clean trigger squeeze. Keep watching everything through the optic. And man, she's a great student. She just listened, and I could just see her confidence building. We get on an antelope, there's wildfires all over us, and we don't even know if we're gonna get to finish the hunt. Helicopters are coming by with water buckets, but what it did is it pushed a bunch of antelope bucks into this hayfield, and we've got about 15 antelope bucks in a bunch. We've got her positioned in her chair with her setup with my rifle, and we back up, and I just feel like right now she's gonna make this shot. I talked to her about it. She looked at me, she goes, I know I can get an antelope now. That was the best I felt, and our confidence was high.
I kept on going out the lane and seen 15 to 20 antelope and was wishing that she was here, because they wasn't but 200 yards away where she could shoot at.
Headed back to the house, let's regroup. We pull in the yard, they're waving us down. They're like, there's an antelope right out here in the green field. Here's this buck antelope standing broadside, shining in the sun.
The cool thing was I remembered what Jay had said about watching the scope the whole time and just pulling back slow. You don't have to pull back fast, because this trigger is super sensitive. It's like you can just barely touch it. And so he turns the safety off and says, remember, just slow, pull back on that trigger slow. And so I get right on him, right on the perfect spot, and I was like,
Dropped him.
Putting up with me.
Hey, you are awesome. Awesome job. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, and he went right down.
Good.
I was like, oh, please go down.
You got him.
Then I was like, oh my gosh, because at first, I thought I saw him go down, but then there was one right next to him that jumped up in a way, and I was like, all right, he's gonna hop up and run around and then fall down. And then he didn't, so I was like, but then everybody was excited, so I got excited, because I thought, I must have got him. Like we've been talking about, it's so much sweeter now that we've had a rough go, it's so exciting. I couldn't be happier, and like you guys said, I think this is a pretty one to get now. I'm pretty excited about that.
A lot of people are surprised that these ranchers open up their homes, their ranch, and just give everything. And I mean, all the way to the rancher's wife made homemade chocolate chip cookies. And I grew up in Nevada. This is just how it is. This is the kind of people, the salt of the earth, that live here. And God, I was so glad to be raised here. And I hope that I can take some of that and pass that along, because it's a dying breed out there.